72 goes down low. The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67, though, and Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Ferdiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down in the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Oh, into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Derek Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome everybody to some Monday night racing action here with the Numb Thumbs Racing League Next Gen Cup Series, as they have a total eclipse from the heart and throwing a few right-handers with some left-handers here as we're live from Watkins, Glen. Road course racing here in its finest for these drivers. It's going to be a tough task. Is it going to be a Zach Millett and hold on a second. Getting distracted by something. And a Joe Hogger choke, excuse me. As I had a total brain miscalculation there, but that's fine. Or is someone else gonna maybe step on up and some carnage is gonna happen? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and find on out. So let's go ahead and get this party started and get it kicked off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you to the proud sponsors of the NTRL, such as Davidson Builders, the premier custom builders in that northern New Jersey area. Whether you're trying to add an addition onto the house, maybe you do a little bit of some remodeling in some existing rooms, or just changing out that kitchen sink, man, get the professionals to do it right the first time for you and have it looking amazing, like Davidson Builders. So big thank you to Davidson Builders for supporting the NTRL. As well, big thank you to DEP Graphics. Some great paint schemes coming out of that garage each and every single day, all to make you stick out on track. It's going to be, one of those fun things that you join an official race, man, I really like your paint. Where'd you get it from? Well, you can just tell them that you got it from DEP Graphics. Get yourself a customized paint scheme here today. Be sure to head on over to Sim Gear Central and pick yourself up a fantastic button box here as well, so you can aid your sim experience, whatever sim experience that may be. Could be flight sim, could be farm sim, truck sim, iRacing sim, or even the Sims. Be sure to head on over to Sim Gear Central and pick yourself up a button box here today. Big thank you to Track Bar Media and their phenomenal photo and video edits of real life and sim life racing. They even got merchandise up on their webpage, so be sure to head on over to Track Bar Media and check out what's going on. And of course, big thank you to Beadle's Custom Car Carriers. If you're into the model trucks or model cars, man, you're gonna need something to tote all those things all around with, and that's gonna be with your own specially crafted custom car carrier. And you know, if you just happen to be a car carrier in real life, send him a couple pictures of your rig. He can make you up your exact rig. So be sure to get yourself a custom car carrier from Beadle's Custom Car Carriers here today. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I am joined by my Eclipse partner, my good buddy, the Brewmaster in general, who just took one look up at the sky and said, beer's more important. Mr. Alan English joining me here in the booth as we return to one of our favorite tracks, and it just so happens to be a road course here, Mr. English. I know typically we both, especially when it comes to the NASCAR side of things, road course and NASCAR really don't mix, but man, Watkins Glen, it's a special track.
Yeah, it's actually a really fun track to race, and it's a fun one to watch too. So it's a pretty long track. It's almost 2.5 miles, and it's gonna be fun. Each set of turns, each turn is different here. So hopefully these guys did enough practice where they don't lose where they're at on the track. And stay safe out there. Keep it on the track. There's a couple of spots there where there's no runoff area, namely like the S's. When you're going up the hill there in the S's, if you make a mistake, you got nothing but guardrail there. So then there's a couple other spots where you can slide off into the gravel. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun night.
And that indeed it will be, as down there on pit road is our anger management specialist here tonight. Adam, I know not necessarily your cup of tea of racing, but definitely your cup of tea of area here in the woods of Watkins Glen State Park here in New York. Having a beautiful day out there. These drivers gonna have to keep their wits about them. Track may seem simple, but it can be treacherous.
Yeah, I love this track as far as the right turn ones, and I think it might have been in the path of totality today, as I was, and I set out on my mower with my black track suit, my black Nikes with white swooshes, and my black Harbor Freight welding helmet, and a jug of Kool-Aid. I was just waiting for the moment, and it came and went, and I didn't feel anything. I thought that we were supposed to feel something with this
spaceship or anything.
Yeah, I thought it was coming, like the Hale-Bopp comet one.
Yeah.
I mean, it just was got kind of dark, and I was mowing and hoping things happened, and I had to keep mowing. So that's how my experience went with the eclipse. It was kind of like a bummer, but they were making it out on television. It was like the greatest thing you ever seen in your life, I think it happens quite a bit. It's kind of a natural thing. But we all get bamboozled by the media, but we're not going to get bamboozled tonight because we're going to have some fun here at Watkins Glen. Here's the rules tonight, Brown. 1 fast repair. All right, that's easy. 55% fuel. 3 total sets of tires, 25x penalty, another 8x incident points, another penalty. Track is still smoking hot, 128. The ambient temperature outside is only 78, but the track is super hot.
Man, someone needs to get up there and fire DW from setting up these races, because this is all the races thus far in both seasons, both the Super Speedway and the Next Gen have been well above the 100-degree mark for track temp. So someone Someone's got to tell them to go out there with some ice cubes and try to cool that thing down. But we take a look here at tonight's race info. Some beautiful weather to be had. No rain in the forecast whatsoever. Bright and sunshiny skies. No issues for these drivers on this beautiful afternoon. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race. And man, those curbs, you might think they're a useful tool. Maybe try to cut a little corner here and there. But man, they are your enemy, especially coming in and out of turn number 1 and a few other corners. If you're trying to accelerate while you're up on those curbing, man, you're going to go for a little bit of a spin.
Yeah, the bus stop's one of those areas too where if you clobber it hard enough, you can get your car up on 2 wheels. So, and if you know, it's easy to lose control right there. So don't smack them too hard. You'll lose the car.
Yeah, I've seen guys like almost they go airborne there, putting those wheels up. It's kind of fun to watch, actually. That bus stop is crazy, and I always have a problem coming out of those S's and up to it's just slippery right there on the track and dangerous part.
And there's no downforce right there at the top of the S's because that's the top of a hill, and you know what happens when you go over a hill in your car. You get some negative G's and the suspension unloads, and you have no traction then. So yeah, it's best to keep the steering wheel as straight as you can in that situation.
I didn't know that. I went to grade 7 and completed that. I didn't know that was a. So are you talking about science? Talking about science?
No, there's no science. It's
Yeah, there's a lot of science involved in this.
Sure.
Physics and other stuff.
And physics. Indeed, as qualifying wraps on up, we go ahead and send it on down to the front stretch here and tell everybody where their favorite driver is going to be starting here for the evening. Got the 315 of Zach Millett starting up at the front with the 64 of Joe Hoggard right to his outside. That's going to be a good battle to watch all race long. Chris Goins in the 41 machine having a fantastic starting spot in row number 2 there, starting in 3rd. The 33 of Mr. Sean Roberts, who says 2. Try all 4 off the ground. He's starting here tonight in 4th. Sure. Got the 00 Sisk machine having a great run up there, starting in 5th. In 6th, you do have the 53 of Kevin Delia. 89 of Brian Rose will start here tonight in 7th, with the 44 of Dana Shepard lined up right alongside of him in 8th. 9th goes to the 18 of Mr. Chris Klein, and the 7 of Chris Muse Jr. rounds out your field, starting top 10.
32 car Nick Biddy starts in 11th. 12th will be Gavin Ray in the 3. And Gavin Ray got a fan out there, John Buckley, here tonight. 13 of Joseph Tucker will start in 13th place. The 14th place will be Jesse Redding in the 721 car. 73 machine of Josh Kelleher starts in 15th place. 16th will be Drew Prail in the 80 car. The 6 car of Joe Davis starts in 17th place. 18th will be Vincent Short in the 15. The 99 of Albert Anderson, America's driver, starting in 19th place. And 20th will be the 00 of Joe Bennett.
48, Henry Wyndham starts 21st, starting 22nd. Mark Collins in a 23 car. Number 9, Thomas Welch, he'll start 23rd. 24th. Starting position will be the number 14, D. Allen Grote. He might be related to a Major League Baseball player. I think we learned that the other night. 91, Hayden Malcolm, 25th. 31 of Scott Milner showing 26. I think he might be race control, not sure. Or it's Tom Bear's race control, I can't remember. Double nickel, Tom Bear's 27th.
And there you have it, your starting field here tonight from New York. We thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a great time here with us. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you enjoy any of the action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well so we can continue to grow this fantastic community as the lights on the pace car are off and we get ready to rumble here. One quick flying pace lap and then we're gonna get right to the action.
I wouldn't call it a quick pace lap. They're doing the full thing here.
Yeah, but they're doing it at like 55, 60 miles an hour. It's pretty quick.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, they're going to have competition caution halfway through this race here tonight. I believe at lap 22. And then this is a 48 lap race here tonight.
Do you think there's any? Is it turkey season in New York? You think they got any turkeys around there?
Oh yeah,
It's turkey season around here.
oh yeah. They got turkeys.
We could have some fun then at this time of year. Just a thought.
Well, you know,
Yes.
as much as NASCAR wants you to believe that these are stock cars, they don't have doors, so it's not like they can drive up alongside of them doing 120 and just fling the door open real quick to take
Knock
them
them
out.
out. So you have been road hunting before. I'm going to make a note.
I can-
call your local.
I can neither
Let me
confirm nor deny.
Call your local game warden. The fun things you can do in the woods sometimes.
Actually, I think I know my local game warden. He and I went to the same high school.
Yeah, I know you got integrity. You wouldn't do that, Brown.
No.
I mean, people like me of the '80s would have done something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, speaking of the 80s, here we go, ready to rock and roll with the pace car coming on down into pit lane with the green flag up, and here we go. Green flag racing for the first time here at Watkins Glen as the field goes side by side, sending it on down into turn number 1. Are we going to see any aggressive moves diving on down in here? Seeing a couple there. Oh, a little beating and banging towards the back. Oh, and a big wreck coming out of turn number 1. We got a couple of cars there up against the outside wall, missing quite a few fenders.
Sisk, one of them, the 14 caught up in it too.
That's
Oh,
we
man.
didn't even mention that the rush for turn 1, and it's always something crazy happens there.
And meanwhile, though, it's just local enforced cautions here until that mid-stage break. Zach Millett out to that quick and early lead, was Joe Hoggard trying to chase him on down. 33 of Sean Roberts looking very smooth here right now, going way outside the track there to get as much speed as possible coming out of the carousel as the field sends it on down and into the final couple of corners to complete lap number 1 here. And we had some calamity there in turn number 1. Oh, and we got a couple guys. We got the 3 machine going sideways, and Joseph Tucker went out wide as well in that second to last corner. They're going to be sitting there waiting for traffic to make their way on by before rejoining the racetrack here. And, oh, man, even looked like the 53 Adelia trying to play catch-up here after getting held up in that first little incident coming out of turn number 1. Trying to slingshot it around there and almost got a piece of the action.
D. Allen Grote has manually disconnected after making it through one turn here at Watkins Glen.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick look back. Oh, as Caleb Sisk looks like he might have blown an engine here. Got to go up to the chopper camera to see this action that happened coming out of that carousel here. Oh, or out of turn number 1. And oh, it's that curbing 53. Oh, just gets a little loose while accelerating on that curbing and gets into that 006 machine, and just absolute calamity there.
Well,
And the 14 of D. Allen Grote really nowhere to go. He was side by side, and it gets very narrow in there. Gets a piece of the action. Go ahead.
No, Albert had some issues in the bus stop with the number 7 machine. I didn't catch all of it. They're back on the track, but that bus stop became a headache for him there. Albert Anderson, America's driver, and the Folgers machine. That's a good-looking paint scheme, and it was the Yoo-Hoo machine too. So 2 cool paints. They just had issues in the bus stop there.
Is
YouTube chat already starting to fill up there. John Buckley, of course, we mentioned him pulling for Ray. Ginger Parent out there saying, hope everybody survived the eclipse. Ginger Parent says, hey, AAA, what's your favorite track and why? I don't know. I love Talladega and Daytona. just because of the carnage.
Yeah, and the hatred.
See, for me, that's one I'm gonna ask Ginger to clarify. Do you mean a NASCAR scheduled track or formerly scheduled track, or do you mean any track in the world?
Oh, here we go with the European stuff.
Who said it was
Daniel
European?
Coachlog out there saying excited to see Hogger do his thing out here tonight. And Tristan Cotton says, I guess SVG didn't make it to the car in time. Darn.
Yeah, that's that Australian supercar guy that lit the track on fire last year at, I think, the Chicago Street Circuit, and picked up the win in his very first NASCAR start. As the 3 of Gavin Ray and the 6 of Joe David have a good little battle here. 48 of Henry Wyndham's going to sneak up underneath there in turn number 1, jumping over the curb and going very wide there in turn number 1. I believe they added a little time penalty area there. If you do make use of that little bit of runoff area, that you do have to give up a little bit of time if you do go a little wide there. It's the 9 of Tommy Welch cutting it through the bus stop chicane. Meanwhile, Zach Millett out again to that commanding lead, almost about 3 seconds over Sean Roberts and Joe Hoggard, who have been having a pretty good battle out here. Chris Gomes in the mix as well. Double O Joe trying to hunt himself down a Drew Prail machine as they round out of the final corner.
It's like guys kind of settling in here, getting in the rhythm. There's a little bit of space in between some of these cars out here. Here we go. They're in it for the long haul. Like Vincent Short, right on somebody's tail here. Jesse Redding in the 721.
And coming up those S's as aggressively as he can. He's going to tuck in, and this is where a little bit of draft does help you, heading on down this backstretch before that bus stop chicane. Able to try to close in that gap just a little bit and kind of tease his way, getting closer and closer. Poor Jesse, though, he's trying to run away from the police out there.
Yeah, let's see who can outbrake who. Running into this next turn. Looks like they're side by side behind Vince Short now. That kind of helps him out here.
Yeah, so
run where he wants.
721 getting that spot on the 9 of Tommy Welch. Mark Collins now trying to line up the 9 of Welch. As fastest lap of the race thus far goes to the 64 of Joe Hoggard at 1:12.26. Absolutely flying around here, especially after about 5 or 6 laps. These guys are definitely making some really strong moves out here tonight. Still a good battle going on between Double O Joe and that 80 of Drew Prail. So we go ahead and jump on board here with the Bulldog machine.
Ooh, there's some action back there. I didn't catch who run off the road there.
Well, looks like 91 of Hayden Malcolm taking a little bit of a shore excursion through the bus stop. Getting some bits and pieces of grass up on there. Still pointed in the right direction, though.
As far as favorite road courses, Watkins Glen is just iconic. It's so many great sweeping turns and stuff. I love Mount Panorama though, Bathurst. It's a great track down in Australia. And
Oh, that is a good one.
the elevation changes, the really sharp switchbacks going uphill, and then the huge long straightaways. It's just got it all. It's got all the elements there. That's a fun one.
I just like Texas. I get to go there, and then like drink cold beer and have fun.
Yeah.
That's why it's my favorite.
So I will say, for an honorable mention, I would put oh, it's the Bulldog goes, slipping and sliding out of the bus stop and into that outside wall. Thankfully able to continue to drive here, but gotta wonder if he's got any severe steering damage after that one. But honorable mention for me at like a number 4 favorite track would be Michigan. It would be a top 3 if they had lights and night racing.
I agree. I love Michigan. I'm a champion there. Why wouldn't I love it?
Yeah, just fantastic track. As Kevin Delia goes a little wide in the second to last corner before sending it on back down towards the line. I do enjoy me some Daytona and Talladega racing as well. Chris Meese Jr. going a little wide there in the Yahoo machine, or Yoo-hoo, I should say.
Ginger parents saying raised up watching short tracks, so road tracks like this are equal to me going grocery shopping. I gotcha. Short tracks are fun. I do enjoy attending short track racing in person. That's a lot of fun.
Ooh, 23 of the Mac Daddy, Mark Collins, locking up those brakes a little bit going into the bus stop. Not quite happy with the amount of speed he was carrying in through there, giving up a couple of positions to Kevin Delia and Jesse Redding.
Yahtzee.
I will say probably my favorite track is also an Australian track. Oh man, it's the 18 Beaver machine, Chris Klein. Goodness gracious, just send it in on through the second to last corner. I'm very pleased with the Phillip Island circuit down there in Australia.
I'm very unfamiliar with that one.
Yep, it is. It was specifically designed for MotoGP. So it's kind of along the coastline there, and just very flowy. There's not too many sharp corners you got to worry about. So even though Adam's not here, but there you go, Adam. Told you it's my favorite track. Not in Europe. It's in Australia. '73. Josh Kelleher now having to deal with a charging 53 machine from Kevin Delia as they head on through the carousel. Little tricky corner there where it's kind of one of those all by feel corners there, English, where you kind of have to modulate that throttle, because if you go a little too fast, you're going to go out too wide. If you're going a little too slow, man, well, you're just wasting time.
That's my favorite turn on this track is the carousel. I love sending it in there as hard as I can and, do a little 4-wheel slide all the way to the edge of the grass coming out. If I can do that every time, I'm happy. It's very satisfying when you nail that coming out of that carousel.
The 3 of Gavin Ray. I know there's some fans out there happy about that one getting a position. As 48 of Henry Wyndham looks like he's being passed by the 7 of Chris Meese Jr. Oh, until things get evened on up, heading on down into turn number 1. A lot of curbing being used on that inside by the 7 machine, but he's able to make it stick and make it last as they head on up towards the S's.
When I was in high school, we used to go to San Antonio Speedway off of Highway 16 south of San Antonio, and I'm looking at an image of it right now on satellite, and it's a truck yard, and the track is still there, grandstands are still there, everything's just covered with vegetation. It's pitiful.
Ugh. Ooh, taking a piece of the inside grass there is the 7, Chris Meese Jr. getting a little bit of a bumpy ride. Can see some of these curbs starting to take a little bit of a toll on that front end of the 7 machine, seeing some of the hood latches starting to pop up a little bit. As the 33 Sean Roberts gonna be having a pretty tough battle right now with the 64 Joe Hoggart, who's caught up to the back bumper of the 33. Very simple but yet intricate paint scheme there for Sean Roberts and the Sharpie machine.
I like that. Drawn on there.
Yeah, this is cool.
Very unique.
Oh no, Henry Wyndham with having to tow after an incident. Let's go ahead and see what happened here as he was heading down the front stretch, heading on into turn number 1. I got a feeling the curbing bites another. Oh, slipping and sliding. Oh, he just went super deep and couldn't get that thing slowed up in time. And I guess he wasn't too happy with that and decides to bring it back down to the pit road. Meanwhile, the 315, Zach Millet. Oh, he's getting it off track here. He was dealing with some traffic, able to keep everything all pointed in the right direction. He does have, about a 4-second lead, but that's going to trickle backwards here for a few moments as we send it on into the car of the 33 of Sean Roberts. And we like to introduce everybody to the fantastic and brand new AAA Broadcasting Only Feet Cam.
Whoa, I came back at the wrong time.
Yeah, we got an Only Feet Cam. The 33 of Sean Roberts got his camera pointed at his pedals, so you can just see how much work these drivers are doing here at this track on those pedals as he heads on down and around turn number 1. You can see how gently he's up on that brake and then slowly getting back up onto that throttle, careful with that curbing and modulating it through the S's. Man, he's definitely putting in the work there for him, for the 33 machine.
Yeah, blipping the throttle on downshift and everything, and doing a little bit of trail braking.
Well, I thought I was going to have to show mine. They're a little swollen right now. They're kind of like too much salt and beer. I don't know if we'd make any money there. Where's DW tonight?
He's being an admin.
He's not racing. What is he, scared?
Road course racing really not designed for people with one leg.
Actually true. Very true.
Gavin Ray and the 23 and Mark Collins going to battle here as, Scott Milner having a little bit of a problem there. Ends up towing himself to the pits here. So it looks like turn 1 gets another victim here. Oh, yeah, just coming a little hot. Oh, hard into those tires. Goodness. It's difficult out there trying to get slowed down for turn number 1. It's, really, other than the bus stop, I think it's the slowest corner out there.
Really have to get that speed down. That's a hard braking zone. Believe it or not, some of the fastest guys out there will be the guys that can outbrake the other drivers and set themselves up for a great corner entry. It's just as important as driving fast out there, setting yourself up going into these turns.
As we jump on board here with the 3 of Gavin Ray, who's in a little bit of a train of traffic here. He's got the 18 and the 9 all lined up in his sights, but behind him, he's also got the 23 of Mark Collins and Joseph Tucker there not too far behind. So good little battle here inside of this top 15.
Did y'all hear about the Grote controversy? Did I mention? I tried to mention that. My internet was wigging out on me. He said something in Discord. Didn't look like he's too happy with the boys out here tonight on the turn 1 situation.
Oh, man. Yeah. You got kicked around there pretty hard.
But I think he's right. This is the easiest road course to race. I could race this course, and I was terrible at it. I mean, I was slow, but I could manage to get around for the most part. That turn 1, when everybody's ready to race at the beginning of the race and amped up, I think it gets somebody every time.
So 13, Joseph Tucker slides his way on into pit road for, I believe, his first pit stop of the race. We are quickly closing in on that midway stage break. The reason why we have 48 laps, it was scheduled for 44, but because the pace laps are going to take up about 3 laps, they extended the race by about that as many. So I know Tristan Cotton was wondering when DW's halftime, special pop song dance show that he was going to do was going to come on, and right around lap 22.
The jiggle, I think he called it.
I never heard of that dance. I mean, I thought he was going to do like the sprinkler, the one-legged sprinkler, or like the lawnmower. You know, one of those dances.
Yeah. I mean, he should.
I mean, why not, right?
He did say he's doing the one-legged jiggle, so stay tuned. So definitely have to keep our eyes on that one. I believe the song choice is the one that goes, "My money don't jiggle jiggle," or something like that. I'm not
familiar.
I'm not either.
I'm not either. It's not in my musical genre, should I say. And if you bust out some Hank Williams Jr. or something, I probably know it. No, I know I'll know it, actually.
Tristan Cotton wants to know if Sean's getting paid for the feet shots there. I mean, if he does well this season, and
He probably has it on his
some
own.
wins, he'll
Has it on his own site, maybe. I'm not sure what these guys do. It's not really my idea. Whatever.
Maybe
It's America.
maybe from Adidas for the branding support or something.
Adam Strom out there saying, "Howdy, fellas. How's everybody doing tonight?" Good, man. Survived the Death Star going in front of the sun today, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Of course, they gotta move it every so often, you know.
Were
Just
there
calling it an eclipse.
I didn't see any Ewoks either, so that disappointed me during the whole thing. Because I really wanted to meet one of those little things in my lifetime, you know.
Good battle here between the 64 and the 33 as they shuffle around the racetrack. Really, just keeping it close to each other as more and more people coming on down into the pits. Kevin Delia, the next taker, down onto pit road. Remember one time walking through a mall and passing one of those in-mall pet store things there, Turner? They had a dog there that I swear looked exactly like an Ewok, and me and my friends almost picked him up that day.
Yeah.
The things are cute and cuddly, but they'll poke you with a spear, man.
Well, they will, and they'll set a trap for you somehow. You know,
Tucker. Support from the fans out there today. Tucker. Support from the fans out there today.
I guess it might have been the 90s when that happened. Early 90s.
That's a possibility. Sorry for the interruption there, folks. Looks like a little bit of an internet spike, maybe due to a solar flare or something up here in New Hampshire. But we are back, and we got ourselves some live racing action. Some good battles here between the 1573, 721, and the 18 all in a line. Some good nose-to-tail racing. And Tommy Welch, having some issues heading up those
One lug nut.
S's.
Huh?
Wait, what about one lug nut?
Yeah, one lug nut.
One lug nut and there's sequential boxes now. I forgot
Yeah.
what car we were doing. It's the next gen car.
Well, you're
Idiot.
real pro.
Idiot.
So that was a conversation that I missed.
Why?
Must he be racing
my
pulling for
internet's
Double
been
O Joe?
little
Oh,
crap,
Brown's
crappy here.
internet's internet's on the Chris.
Yeah. YouTube is frozen.
finally. Eclipse got us.
Yeah, I think it's a possibility here.
DDoS.
DDoS.
What the
Still
DDoS?
talking to you on the internet though.
They can hear us on the internet?
I keep going in and out. I lose you guys for a little bit.
Oh. Yeah, your live timing's back up. I think it's firing back up. Now it's live.
Yeah, as we're
We got our first round of pit stops here.
Yeah, getting more and
Yeah.
more people coming on down through those pits. We did see Zach Millett hit the pits. 64 Joe Hoggard, a whole bunch of people all coming on down into pit lane as we're about to throw that midway stage break in just a couple of laps.
Oh man. I like the re-rack though. At least restart one time gives somebody else at least an opportunity to fight for some spots. You know, as long as you're on the lead lap, you're good.
Yeah, and how many times have you started a race and we're trying to, just like for the first half of the race, just try to find your rhythm, get into a groove, really try to figure out how things are going to be reacting, because maybe during the week, if you did practice, I know none of us really practiced or anything like that.
Oh, Thomas Welch spinning out in the S's there by the guardrail where there's no room for error. Now you can't get turned around because there's traffic coming.
That's a bad spot.
Oh, goodness. Take a look here, coming up those S's, the back end just stepping out. Oh, and a little bit of help there at the end. Finishes the job there on the 9, who hits that inside guardrail, or the outside guardrail, I should say, pretty firm. As,
Bunch of beer and
There he is.
oh my goodness.
clean some kegs in a tank.
You got the solar flares popping up, eh?
Yeah, you ain't kidding there, buddy.
Number 73 has a Yankee lobster paint. That seems kind of fun.
Lobster.
Lobster.
That's
Whoever
pretty good.
73 is. Kelleher. That's who that is.
Lobster.
Just waiting.
I like lobster.
It's
Crawfish.
kicked me from the session, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it did. It booted you. Packet lost you.
All right.
Hello.
I mean, they just went green off of that break, so you ain't missing anything. Wow.
Snort.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my iRacing to allow me to join back in.
Ooh, I love the waiting for
Another
iRacing.
wreck. Jesse Reddick.
Redding. He gone. He's in the back anyway.
Yes.
Oh man.
Eh.
See if we can't get back joined up in here.
Is that done? Yeah. Storm's coming in. Holy smokes.
Sure.
Yeah, Adam Strom, I think it could definitely possibly be a weather balloon. Who knows?
So are we back? Are we live?
We've been live for, I don't know, a couple minutes now.
Oh my gosh, we're just talking about
Oh, man.
randomness. Nobody told me, eh?
Almost loaded back in here.
I don't think it said anything terrible.
No, nothing yet. Other than you did ask if that was thunder.
I was asking my wife. A little rumble outside.
What's there?
Oh yeah, it's coming up from the south, which is weird. Southeast, which storms usually go the other direction. This part of the country.
As we're back to the action with the 315 of Zach Millett leading the 64 of Joe Hoggard. Hot on his heels, Chris Goins and Brian Rose up there as well. A good battle here between Gavin Ray, Dana Shepard, 00 of Joe Bennett, and the 53 of Kevin Delia, all lined up in a little bit of line here with about 22 laps left to go. The race was gone, but now it is back, Dan. We're glad to be back live with everybody.
I still don't know what DDoSed means, but Adam Strom says, "Oh yeah, let go, eh? You hoser."
As we got some good side-by-side. Here's a 44. Dana Shepard tries to squeeze around the 3 of Gavin Ray, going up underneath in that final corner. The 3's going to get a better drive off of the corner, though, and hang on to that top 10 6th position here. Still some good racing left to be had. I still believe these drivers will have to make one more pit stop here once when we get kind of close to the end.
Yeah, that 55% fuel really cuts your tank down, so makes it adds a little bit more strategy. I'm kind of glad that he made the decision. Derek Welch made the decision to back that down 10%.
As we got some side by side, you can see the 33 of Sean Roberts trying to sneak around the 32 of Nick Biddy. Ooh.
Nice save.
Now, what happened to the 33 while I was gone? Because he was, in second fighting with third, and now he's down in 12th or 11th.
That happened on the pit, didn't it?
Oh, did it happen in the pits?
It must have.
Hmm.
I didn't see him go around or anything. I'm not sure, eh?
I don't know, eh?
He's working on the 73 now, trying to get around Kelleher.
It's a lobster machine.
Shepard's right there as well.
And Dana Shepard having a little bit of a problem there in turn number 1. A few people trying to sneak on by him as everything gets all clumped up before the S's there. And before they head on down and cutting it close to that infield guardrail. Oh my goodness, watch those guys. Jeez.
You can see the brakes locking up, and I always aim right for the tip of that guardrail. I try to get as close to that guardrail as I can to set myself up for the bus stop. Get as close as you can without hitting it.
Yeah, Dana Shepard still having a tough battle right now. I just had the 32 of Nick Biddy kind of squirt on around him. Now he's got the 80. Drew Prail with a great save. Looked like he was about to almost Chris Goins himself into the pit wall there for a split second. And
I thought he was going to eat the inside wall, yeah.
Thankfully able to save it and get all 4 tires back working for him there.
I really thought they came and got you when you were gone, Brown. I was a little concerned with the after effects of the solar eclipse and the solar flares. Have you heard of these things? They keep telling us about them.
Yeah, remember that movie Knowing with Nicolas Cage?
No, I don't. I never watched it. I never watch programs like that.
You never watch programs like that? It's a movie. It's for solar flares, like fry the Earth.
Oh, well, I mean, that seems like that's probably could happen, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, no, let's just fry it ourselves by giving, mutating animals and science and just doing whatever we want with pharmaceutical stuff. Let's do it that way. Let's just ruin it ourselves. What do you think?
Sure.
That's
Albert
what I think.
Anderson says he's just going to hang out in Discord and watch the rest of the broadcast. Is he not
Oh, cool.
you no longer racing there, buddy?
Oh, well, he's a left turn guy. I know that guy.
Well, that's true.
So we got
He'll
some.
join.
Go for it.
He'll join Scott Milner, Henry Wyndham, Alan Grote, Tom Barish there.
Had some good side-by-side action there between the 7 and the 9, fighting over 18th and 19th there.
Yeah, I'd like Albert to watch last night's broadcast. We had like a person in there that I don't think they cared for our style. I think Albert would have got a kick out of it. We had some fun last night.
53, Kevin Delia trying to figure out a way around the policeman out there. Going side by side with the 15 of Vince Short and getting a good drive off coming out of that final corner there. Let's see who wins the brake battle, though, heading on down into turn number 1.
Who's in the police machine?
Oh,
Vince Short.
Oh, man. F12, man. That's what they say. You ever heard that?
Yeah, I am.
Or screw one time.
I haven't heard that one.
You hadn't heard that one? That's from the 90s. Oh, they're talking on the radio. Hey, why don't you watch replay before you start talking? Ooh, this is going to be fun.
Oh. We finally have it?
I'm gonna go plug my phone in. We've got a tornado watch going on now. So.
Yeah, tornado watches or nothing.
Yeah, it's just a watch.
Well, I was going to say we do have Vince Short driver camera up, but unfortunately that's not wanting to come back.
That got fried during the eclipse situation.
Yeah, it looks like it is 73 of Josh Kelleher, though. He's got the 44 Dana Shepard in front of him. 80 of Drew Prail right behind him. Ooh, and some traffic there with the 32 of Nick Biddy getting a little tight coming out of that final corner and almost snagging a piece of the outside wall, but able to avoid that.
I gotta say it. The Caleb Sisk is really mad. I like it. He is the anger management king of tonight's race. Oh, man. I love it.
I feel bad that Adam Strom didn't get to watch the eclipse because he was working. You know, if they would have had it scheduled the eclipse on a weekend or something, you know, when you're at the house, that would have been nicer. But no, they had to have it on a Monday. I don't know.
I know.
For this.
Like, of course, just like everything else this country's screwing up, they scheduled it for a Monday.
I know.
Those morons. Can you believe it?
NASA?
I mean, if we had some other administration, it would have been like on a Friday or Saturday, you know? It's all due to politics.
Yeah, it's all
God.
NASA. You know, they own the moon anyway, you know.
NASA owns space.
They own space.
So Gavin Ray and Nick Biddy hit their pit boxes for the final time. Meanwhile, the 33 of Sean Roberts continuing his conquest back up towards the front, overtaking the 53 of Kevin Delia here. Trying to, get back up to the top 3 where he was running in the first half of this race here.
Wasn't Bubbles going to go to space? And they were going to set up a rocket ship?
Oh, I can't even hold it together. I don't know what Space NASA does.
Joe Hoggard in the 64 coming on down into the pits here early, maybe trying to do a little bit of an undercut maneuver.
Ginger Parent asking Daniel Pochlock, how many of the DEP drivers are in the top 10?
I can see that. We have that. 1. Dana Shepard.
Dana Shepard's the only one.
Really?
That's what it shows on my live timing. That has all the team names.
Was other people may not have updated it from Privateer. So.
Well, I see Sean Roberts has none and Pro has none. Other than that, everybody else has a thing.
Kelleher is in 13.
Ooh.
He's just outside of the top.
Hoggard, I think, did he end up getting a black flag? Because he's been in the pits for quite a while here. Dana Shepard, Chris Klein, and Josh Kelleher.
He
Oh,
did.
oh no, speeding into the pits for the 64 machine. Oh no. Now that's going to be another driver we're going to have to watch out for to fly up through the field. As more and more drivers continue to take their pit stops, Dana Shepard back out on track, trying to outrun the 3 of Gavin Ray here.
Nick Biddy and Caleb Sisk were going at it on the radio. It looks like the admins have muted their comms.
What? They
Yeah.
shut him down?
Yeah,
That's no fun. Let them fight,
when-
Derek. Come on.
when the drivers go at each other on the radio while everybody else is trying to listen for spotters and people calling out wrecks and stuff like that. So I understand that.
Well, how about this guy that we really haven't talked about much here tonight? The 89 of Brian Rose, keeping it very clean out on the racetrack here tonight. Running currently up in third, still yet to make his final round of pit stops, but doing a really good job keeping that car clean tonight.
Oh my god. This eclipse thing is out of control. Can I share a private text from one of my friends? I won't say his name. What he said to me. He said, that eclipse on tequila and a gummy really screwed me up. I couldn't help but laugh. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Oh, man, he probably...
Hopefully he can still see and he wasn't staring at the thing.
He's probably so paranoid. Oh, my goodness. Everybody took the eclipse to their own realm.
That's that sounds like Jimmy.
It wasn't Jimmy, it wasn't. But very, very much probably takes the things Jimmy takes.
Very Jimmy-esque.
Correct. I'm having fun with the eclipse.
It's not the guy that we mutually know.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's the guy you know, too.
It's the guy you know.
But
Okay.
Brown doesn't know him, but yeah.
A couple of guys in the pits right now. Chris Muth Jr. and Hayden Malcolm hitting their pit boxes for the final time here tonight.
I figured I was right on that one.
you were till he's still texting and it's killing me. Man. The race is fun too, guys. I'm just having a moment.
Come around to what, 11 laps left to go here.
Yeah, for your race leader, the 315 of Zach Millett, currently holding a comfortable 12 or almost 13-second lead over Chris Goins right now. Still, again, does have to make that final pit stop, and we have already seen a couple drivers make a mistake while coming on into those pits. So definitely something we need to be watching out for. Mark Collins, oh, hard into that guardrail there while coming on into the pits.
Mac tore that car up a little bit right there. Yeah, pit road speed limit 40 miles an hour, and it's kind of hard. Whoa.
Ooh.
That was a loud one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get onto it smoothly. You gotta hang out on that right side and duck in there, but you gotta be down to 40 before you hit that cone.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet that phone buzz I just heard was a lightning strike detected.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was a good one. Normally we pick up the freight train. We normally don't pick up your thunderstorm. So yeah, that was a close one.
Sorry about the phone buzz.
Oh, let me.
No, you're good.
Let me finish this text real quick. So I laughed when he texted that to me, and then I said, "Did you think it was the rapture?" He said, "Sort of. I kind of freaked out." I said, "Are you good?" He says, I'm tired, but that was weird." Oh man, the eclipse, 2024. almost tried to take us all out in our own way.
And it's the Castrol Edge Machine 64. Joe Hogger tries to overtake the 44 Dennis Shepard, and I think Dennis Shepard kind of knew what was going to inevitably happen here and just lets the 64 squeeze right on by before entering the final couple of corners here. And iRacing trying to catch up. Okay, I think we're good. As the 315 of Zach Millett now coming on down into pit road for his final pit stop. Mark Collins going for a wicked wild ride there for a split second. Double O Joe trying to chase down Drew Prail, having a pretty good run. Chris Goins now coming on into the pits.
Thanks for everybody joining us over there in the YouTube chat. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. That definitely helps us reach more people. We picked up, looks like 3 more subscribers since last race, since yesterday. Thank y'all for that. Dan Poachlog says, yeah, you got to keep that in the Discord. You know, you got to respect the rules when it comes to arguing over the comms. You just can't do it.
No, you can.
Ginger Parent says, found the Darwin Award for the Eclipse in Vermont. 3 cars parked too close to the railroad tracks. Got hit by a train. No major awards, no major injuries, though.
No, that is not the true Darwin Award, but it's close. I'll take it. Oh, man. That's funny. What's Albert saying?
Close races for position out there. He said the eclipse signals the return of the lizard people.
No, that airplane woman saved us from the lizard people. Remember that? That beautiful, gorgeous woman that saved us?
Yeah, but they're going to hatch. They're going to hatch during the eclipse.
No, she stopped the plane.
She stopped it, yeah.
And she stopped the lizard people in their tracks. I thought they had to regroup. Are they back because of the eclipse?
Yeah.
I love that woman. She saved an entire plane.
Ooh, Vince Short getting slideways heading through the second to last corner there. That's allowing Joe Bennett to come on around. With the 80 Drew Prail also getting the little bit of a freebie of a position. Still waiting on our current leader, 33 of Sean Roberts, to come on down into pit road and get his final round of pit stops. Zach Millett has gotten his pit box stop all done. A couple others yet to hit their box. Drew Prail and Double O Joe Bennett. I think Nick Biddy as well. He should most definitely be due here shortly. And same thing with Joseph Tucker.
Creed over there talking about he can't even think about that meatball abomination from Subway anymore. He's just went back to the traditional club. Good on you, Creed. Submarine sandwich or hoagie, wherever you're at, or hero. What did we say? Those were the 3.
A sub.
Yeah.
A hoagie, a hero, or a sub, and we all just said pretty much sub, I think.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a vote.
Meanwhile, 64 Joe Hogger trying to chase down that 32 of Nick Biddy here and try to get back up towards the front. Oh, locking up those brakes coming on down into turn number 1. A little quick fun fact here tonight. This was scheduled as the showdown here between Millett and Hoggard because both drivers hadn't lost here in any of their NTRL races. So that's definitely a change in here tonight, but we still have some racing left as the 33 Sean Roberts hits his pit box. 315 retaking the league and setting the fastest lap of the race as Chris Muse Jr. Taking a nasty ride through the kind of outfield grass there in the S's.
And that got him a meatball flag. He's got to get that damage fixed before he can continue.
Ooh, yeah, he's got steering problems. He couldn't make that final right-hander to straighten out onto the backstretch.
Car is towed.
Oh, yep. He's having difficulties turning here.
Ooh. I'd already been in the pits like Albert, just hanging out.
Odds are you probably wouldn't have gotten in the car in the first place.
No, I like to run a couple laps and then beat out, get a position or two because some other driver's worse than me,
It's
That's what I like to do.
also true, but you know what's also good is, right, like once when the race starts, all the fans are all sitting around the track. They're not crowding around the beer and hot dog stands and all that kind of stuff. So you kind of got free reign once when you come in.
That's true. And is there a specialty item here at this track? Because I'd like, everybody has their specialty thing. What kind of food is their specialty? What do they eat where you work?
It's just
Pizza?
sure, but that's I don't know.
You think they have any like fried Twinkies or anything that we like to do? A good corn dog, like at the fair?
Well, out of all the races, this one really looks like one of those ones that everybody's having fun. Anywhere you are at on the track, there's grandstands in every part of the track, and RV parking spots everywhere. It looks like one of those ones where I think everybody would be just content going out there and barbecuing their own stuff and watching from the grass, sitting in a lawn chair.
And that's what I like about like this. And there's one in Wisconsin that they look like they have a really good time. I think that's more for Xfinity, but Road America, is that it? Just looked like a beautiful place and a lot of fun. And as far as an observer of it,
the problem with Road America is it is quite a bit longer. Ooh, some contact between the 3 and the 44, both hitting the curbs inside of that bus stop chicane fairly hard there.
Gavin Ray having to slow down there. They're waving the black at him. There you go. He was able to get it cleared. And my lightning strikes are getting really close here, boys.
Don't worry, the house won't most likely.
Well, I'm just saying, if I lose power, that's what's going on.
So between my internet and your power, Turner, what's going to happen? You going to run out of beer or something?
No, I'm having internet issues too.
Oh, are you?
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't. Like I'm sure you've heard me get cut off.
Oh well, I
Not
think that's
tonight.
just Discord. You've been pretty good tonight, though.
No, but it's the race. The race gets jumbled up on iRace, and then it carries over to Discord. I don't know. I think it's the solar flares, guys. Everybody knows this.
As Millet comes back down across the line, 3 laps left to go here. Chris Meese Jr. Having some more issues and jumps to the pits. Let's see what kind of bit the 7 machine here. Was he still driving out there with that broken link? He might have been. He ends up parking it there in the bus stop chicane and toes, and I got a feeling probably calling it an evening here. Meanwhile,
Guys get pretty close to the end here. We're at the previously scheduled distance, and we got a couple more laps to go here, Brown.
yeah, that we do, and anything can happen in those 3 laps, though. 3:15 Millet in the lead with the 41 of Chris Gones in second, 33 of Sean Roberts there in third. He's got Brian Rose about 5 seconds behind him, and then about 2 seconds behind Brian Rose, you got Kevin Delia, who has Joe Hoggart about 16 seconds back behind him. That's how much that speeding on pit road penalty cost him big time.
Yeah, that's a huge hit that he took there. Trying to claw his way back up through the field. It's just seems like it's even a podium right now, maybe outside of his grasp here.
Yeah, having some good battles still, though. You got the 44 of Shepard and the 00 of Joe Bennett. All kind of lined up nose to tail. Gavin Ray starting to kind of get into that little bit of a battle there. You also got battle inside this top 20. The 9 and the 13, Tommy Welsh and Joseph Tugger. They've been having a pretty good fight between themselves pretty much all race long.
Albert Anderson said they ought to dig up every road course and build Buc-ee's there.
No.
I do like a good Buc-ee's.
I do like a good Buc-ee's, but they need to start serving truckers a little bit more. I'm not saying they need like the full like Iowa 80 like super truck stop or anything like that, as the 315 Zach Millick comes across the line for the penultimate time here. One final lap, white flag waving. Just, a few, like 3 or 4 parking spots at least for drivers to refuel up at. As Millet goes up and around the S's for the final time. We're still not done, though, battling for position, because the 41 of Chris Gomes just got passed by the 33 of Sean Roberts, moving his way on up into second. We'll have to wait and see if the 41 can maybe figure something out to try to steal that position on back, as Millet with that 16-second lead comes out of the carousel, flying out wide and down the short little backstretch chute before the last couple of corners, and about, I don't know, probably 600-700 feet before taking the checkered flag here through the final corner. The 315 putting on a clinic once again, wins here at Watkins Glen. Sean Roberts able to drive away from that 41 of Chris Gones, who's just really struggling to finish up here. Roberts is going to take second. And it does look like Gones will be able to hang on to finish here tonight in third on that podium. Still not done the racing just yet, though. This is the beautiful thing about having road courses is, there's still a whole bunch of racing going on. You got the 00 of Joe Bennett, 44 Dana Shepard, and the 3 of Gavin Ray all lined up in a line. Let's go ahead and take a ride here with the 3 of Gavin Ray through the final couple of corners here to see if maybe someone can steal a little position. Oh, getting those back tires loose, trying to push it for all it's worth. Not gonna happen. 00 Joe in 9th, Dana Shepard 10th, with Gavin Ray coming home in 11th.
Saw Vincent Short getting completely sideways there, trying to push it at the end.
And Chris Klein almost taking advantage of that in the Beaver 18 machine. Very close finish there between 12th and 13th. And there you have it. I think everything is now official. That's a 315 of Millet, just enjoying his time out there, slipping and sliding, and really celebrating out there. He's going to send it off down into turn number 1, where you can do some spectacular donuts down there. Plenty of room.
So, Chris Gones, I thought he finished ahead of Sean Roberts, but iRacing is not scoring it that way.
No, Roberts passed him on like the final lap. Yeah.
Trouble keeping up here.
I know. Whole bunch of good action going on around out there as we wait for some drivers to join us up here in our podium booth. But thank you all for watching here tonight. Fortunate there that we had some internet problems and was a little bit clunky out there, but glad you all were able to stick around and hang out with us all night long. As we do start to get people up there into the chat, so let's go ahead and talk with tonight's third place finisher here tonight, and that's going to be Mr. President, Mr. Chris Gones, picking up the third place finish here tonight. Congratulations there, Chris. One of the cleanest drivers out there for the evening, limiting the off tracks and any other extracurriculars, just keeping it smooth. And look at what you got there, buddy. You got yourself a podium.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? That was the ultimate goal. Just keep it clean, keep it in between the blue walls and out of the grass, and see what happens. So just don't beat ourselves. So almost did at the end. You guys may have caught it. I was running second, holding off Sean, having no issues there. Getting ready to run out of gas. Filled it about half a lap short and didn't realize it. So I had to save those last 2 laps, and Sean caught me and passed me. But overall, good day. Can't complain. No incidents, no on track penalties or anything like that. So I'll take it.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse if you would have just kept pushing it and defended that position and ran out of gas. You really can't save a lot of fuel here, short shifting and leaving it in a little bit higher gear, and it worked for you, man. Congrats.
Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I learned from one of the best with Zach. I actually had the car shut off going through the bus stop, so had it off completely through the bus stop and through most of the carousel. So I luckily was able to save that much in that last 2 laps. So, but I gotta shout out Zach for watching him and teaching me how to do that. So.
Well, that's what teammates do. Great job. The P3s, I mean, I would never be able to do something like that here. At one of these right turn tracks, who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
Yeah, I want to shout out you guys for obviously doing the broadcast and NTRL for putting the league on. It's always a blast to be involved here. My guys over at HBR, I think we ended up with a pretty good night, obviously with Zach and then Brian right behind me. So, and then Mr. Heater, Little Buddy Heaters, Popple, Eric Dotson Agency, Track Bar Media, HBRShops.com, Martin Sports. I'm sure I'm missing somebody, but other than that, yeah, I'm glad to be talking to you guys this week and praying for next week at Talladega.
Yeah, going to a wild West style race here next week, man. But tonight you're finishing up there on that podium. Congratulations to the 41 of Mr. Chris Goins on that finish, man. Congratulations. Good luck next week, and good luck with the rest of the season here, buddy.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
With that, we will take a quick step up the podium here and talk to tonight's star of the race, the pedals for the 33 machine, Mr. Sean Roberts, bringing home the solid second place finish here tonight. I know going into tonight, it was all about, who's gonna get it between Millett and Hoggard, and be it, Sean, you really surprised a lot of people out there, and appreciate actually seeing your pedal work out there. That was fun to watch as you were trying to wheel that car around this tricky track.
Oh, good. That's kind of why I decided to throw the camera that way, just because, a lot of these tracks, that we run, it's basically throttle on, throttle off. This track, you gotta measure the throttle and the brakes as you're trying to rip those times around this track.
And yeah, we mentioned too about having to blip the throttle on downshift. There's a lot of shifting that occurs at this track, and blipping the throttle and even caught a little bit of trail braking and stuff being used here. It's good to have a good set of pedals that are adjustable and stuff. Looks like you got a pretty good setup there.
Yeah, I got a nice little setup going for me. But yeah, that was an
worked out for you. For
that was
sure.
intense with the wheel disconnecting under a caution and having to repair the car and then have to get back around to the field for the green flag.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty amazing in of itself. So, and to finish where you did, great job. Who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
Big thing, DW and the guys over at Numb Thumbs, they always put on a good league. I mean, we got a great pack of guys out here, even the guys that, that aren't as good at road courses. I hate to say it that way, but I mean, they were very accommodating, trying to give us the room that we need so we can make effective passes out there. And then, of course, you guys are, putting on a show for the people watching.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations putting your name out there here tonight. Everyone's going to remember Sean Roberts the next time we head to one of these road courses because he is quick. Congratulations, buddy, on the second place finish here tonight, and good luck with the rest of the season here, bud.
Thanks, guys. I still got to beat Millet, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, good. That's a good luck with that one.
Yeah, really.
And he's from the neighboring state there, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's not too far of a drive, I don't guess. To Watkins Glen is way upstate, though, isn't it?
It's kind of it's like on that like little panhandle part, kind of towards out west.
Ah, I got you.
Yeah, so it's not. Yeah, he probably could make that trip up there. Not too bad.
Sure.
We take the final big step up the podium here tonight, talking to tonight's race winner, the 315 of Zach Millett, who really only gave up the lead here once, and that was really during the green flag pit stops here, kind of towards the end, but able to find his way on home to a big time win tonight from Watkins Glen. Congratulations there, Zach. Heading into it, the story was, Mr. Perfect Millett, Mr. Perfect Hoggard, who's going to be the one that's not so perfect here tonight. And looks like you were able to keep everything together for you.
Man, it was no easy task tonight. Joe definitely had some pace. He was ripping. He was keeping me very honest on that second run. And yeah, man, usually Watkins Glen, I try to just not look in the mirror, but he made it very difficult to do that. So, I mean, it sucks that, God, a lot of guys got penalties tonight, the speeding penalties. They were just out to get people. I think Sean got one, Joe got one. I think Chris Goins actually, with 3 laps to go, he was a lap short on gas. So crew chief kind of gave it to him too. So there's lots of things going on tonight, a lot of chaos.
He gave you a lot of credit on teaching him how to save fuel there, and that actually probably saved him from going even farther down and running completely out of fuel. He told us he was shutting the car off, going through the bus stop and the carousel, and it really did help him out there. So he lost second position, but still solid podium finish for him. But yeah, man, talk a little bit about your practice schedule. We know that you're good pretty much wherever you go, but as a New York native, you'd have to put a little bit more practice, a little bit more pride into racing here at Watkins Glen. What kind of, walk us through a little bit of your race prep? How much preparation do you do for a race like this?
Yeah, for Watkins Glen, being the home race and our favorite track, it's a little more than normal. We usually try to look for reasons to come here and run just about any car, whether it's an open wheel or Australian V8 car or these things. We kind of had a good week though. Thursday night we had to run the same track, same car combo for the LSR Cup Series, so we had kind of a leg up on how it was going to feel tonight, and we had to save actually more gas for that race. So coming into this race with a stage caution, it was actually way easier to plan ahead and make sure we had enough. But yeah, again, huge shout out to Chris for somehow keeping third for with no gas in the thing. We practiced kind of that bus stop thing where we shut the car off and coast through the curbs, and it was probably the scariest thing ever. But yeah, we made it work.
Yeah, he was talking about that, so a little strategy deal there. Great job tonight. Who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
I got to thank you guys and AAA Broadcasting. Got to thank the NTRL, DW, all the admins. I know they're busy right now. Lots going on tonight. Hopefully they're not in there all night long. I got to thank HBR TV, Track Bar Media, HBR Shops, Castle Products, and shoot me a follow over on Twitch and YouTube at That Is For You.
Oh, yes, indeed. If you want to see what it looked like from tonight's race winner's perspective, definitely go and check him on out as the 315 of Mr. Zach Millett drives away once again in victory lane. Man, congratulations, and good luck coming up next week at that roll of a dice track here at Talladega, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
And with that brings all the action here tonight from New York all to a close, and a wicked wild ride for some drivers. The turn one shenanigans that we would possibly typically see, but otherwise pretty good and entertaining night.
Yeah, we had a blast here as usual. I think collectively our favorite road course here. at least with the stock cars going. And great participation out there from our audience on the YouTube chat. Overall, good night. Great win by Zach Millett.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I can deal with this track, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like that Charlotte thing where they're turning right to Roval. That is dumb. It's just not dumb.
Dumb.
It's so dumb. What is a Roval anyway? This one's cool because Dale Earnhardt ran here. The
Sure.
Cale Yarborough. They so it's got some history behind it. That's why I kind of like it. But fun race. We'll see what happens next week. It should be more fun at one of these super speedways.
And that it should be, as we take a final rundown here from where everyone's favorite driver finished here tonight. Starting us off will be the 315 of Mr. Zach Millett. 33 of Sean Roberts with a great showing of some speed here tonight, finishing in second. Third will go to the 41 of Mr. President Chris Goins. A fantastic run for him there as well. Fourth will be the 89 of Mr. Brian Rose, just keeping it clean all race long and finds himself up there inside of that top 5. Same thing with the 53, Kevin Delia, coming back from a little bit of a sluggish start, but swung his way all the way back up through the field for that top 5 finish. Joe Hoggard, oh man, a late penalty there, and he ends up paying the price with it. 4 positions, ends up still up into 6th, though, so a great drive there from the 64 machine. 80 of Drew Prail, also having a fantastic run, finishing here tonight in 7th. 32 of Nick Biddy, did a little bumping and grinding there himself, but able to walk away in 8th. The 00 of Joe Bennett, your hard charger of the race, up 11 spots to finish in 9th. With the 44 of Dana Shepard's rounding out your field's top 10.
3 car of Gavin Ray will finish in 11th place. 12th place, Vincent Short in the 15. Let's see. The last car on the lead lap, the number 18 of Chris Klein, will take 13th place. First car 1 lap down, Mark Collins in the 23 machine. He'll finish in 14th place. 15th will be Josh Kelleher, finishing right where he started in 15th in that 73 car. 006 Caleb Sisk, trouble early as he got caught up in some stuff out there. Go watch the replay.
Angry.
And check out what happened there. He'll fall to 16th place. 17th will be Joseph Tucker in the 13. The 9 of Thomas Welch, also a little bit sideways out there here tonight. He'll finish in 18th place. 19th, Hayden Malcolm in the 91. And the 721, Jesse Redding, saw him with some guardrail issues there earlier. He'll round out your top 20.
21st, the number 6 of Joe David. 22nd, number 7, Chris Muth Jr. in the Yoo-Hoo machine. That was a cool paint. 23rd, Albert Anderson, America's driver. He had Folger's machine. He kind of bowed out a little bit early. Scott Milner in the 31 ended up 24th. Henry Wyndham in the 48. 25th, D. Allen Grote. I think he got hosed on the first lap. 26th, and then Tom Barris, a double nickel. He was race control.
And that is your field here tonight from Watkins Glen. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a wonderful time out here with us week in and week out. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you enjoy any of the racing action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button so we can continue to grow this fantastic racing community. Also have to say a huge thank you to the proud sponsors of the NTRL, such as Davidson Builders, DEP Graphics, Sim Gear Central, Trek Bar Media, and Beadle's Custom Car Carriers. Thank you all for your continued support here for the Numb Thumbs Racing League, as they won't be able to put on the fantastic show week in and week out like they do without all that help. So thank you to all of these sponsors. With that, we close things down here from New York, but don't you worry, we're back live and in action on Wednesday. And oh boy, do we have a beating and banging action coming up for that one. We're going racing at Martinsville with the Vigilante Racing League. That is going to be one wicked wild ride, so definitely stay tuned for that one. But until Wednesday night, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
We gone.
See ya.